What is going on, everyone? Jocelyn J here. Just wanted to take some time out to talk to you all about some things you should probably consider doing or consider experiencing after you graduate. Honestly think, based on how society is today, that we get so caught up in just getting to our next point in life, we don't think about the present. And I think we should all appreciate every breath God gives us, and we should appreciate every moment we're given, and we shouldn't worry too much about vertical growth right now, at least when you're like 22 years old, just graduated from college, because what can happen is you can lose sight on what's going on right now. You can become unappreciative instead of saying, hey, you know what, I graduated from college, I may not have everything figured out, but one day I will. So I can use this opportunity to learn and to grow, to get mentors, to search YouTube, to search Google, to figure out like what I want to do in life. So when you get to that point where you feel like you've made it, you don't feel like there's any void going on, at least not professionally. This is a good time for you to experiment. I am by no means an expert at this at all. I'm 22 and I just graduated, so I'm experiencing this with you all. And if you have experienced this already and you're older than me, I definitely would love to take advice, so leave a comment below. But I think it's important to have lateral growth, because at least with lateral growth you can figure out things that you don't like in life, or things that you don't like professionally. If you're just so focused on vertical growth, you can focus on that vertical growth so much that you lose sight on, do I even like what I'm doing right now, right? I remember Casey Neistat said he recommends everyone do a job they hate so they can figure out what they actually love. I think it's important also that we don't compare ourselves, especially with social media and everything nowadays. We get so caught up in what, you know, Lindsay and Blake is doing on Instagram and traveling the world. We lose sight on how blessed we are just to be alive. Gary Vaynerchuk always talks about the probability of us existing is like 1 in something million. And that's just an amazing thing to think about. And then if you're a college graduate, you are in the top 1% of like the 1% of the world. So when you feel like you're not doing enough for mom and dad, just think about, am I doing what's right for me? What is important, and not necessarily the monetary things or the external things, but the intrinsic motivation. So I just got out of a workout, and usually, I don't think I've ever really vlogged right after a workout. Usually I go take a shower, but today is just so beautiful, and I never vlog outside, and I always feel really motivated after I work out, and sometimes I feel like I lose my thoughts or my motivating thoughts. I also have a really long commute back home, so I figured why not do a video right now. It's also a little weird because this is actually the first time I've ever vlogged in public by myself, where it's like not a college campus and it's literally just me, and I kind of like it. I feel comfortable. People aren't giving me as many weird looks as I thought, but that's not what's important. What is important is for me to share my experiences. I also think it's important for you to take the right job. I think right now you're at such a young age, especially if you don't have any kids. You can travel around the world or the country, and you're traveling, you know, 50% of the time. You don't have a family. I think it's cool to explore the world. I'm not in a job right now where I travel as a software, you know, developer, engineer. You don't really travel that much, but I think it'll be really cool, and I want to travel outside of work, and I want to take advantage of the free time that I have right now, where I'm not tied down to, you know, a family, you know, kids or anything like that. I have my loving girlfriend that I want to travel the world with. Right now, I think of what I'm doing right now is like a launch pad, right? So right now I want to launch myself to a specific career, a specific like comfortability. So right now I'm making myself really uncomfortable by doing things that I don't normally do. Hence vlogging in public, outside, at a place that gets a lot of traffic, but that's okay. I think it's important that you get out of your comfort zone, and that'll shape like and mold you. I also think about relationships, and I think that, so I feel like you're either in a point where you're in a serious relationship like myself, or you're either thinking about dating, or you're someone who's just focusing on your career, which I think is really important. But I also think it is important, it's important to focus on your career, but I also think it's important to think about at least the type of person you want to be with. So many people get so caught up in their career, and I feel like they miss out on their relationships. and vice versa. I think it's good to get a balance with your career and your relationship. It is imperative that you save your money living at home, or you have a really good job or whatever, or you don't have a whole lot of responsibility and you're like, yo, I'm gonna spend this check on some Gucci sneakers. And I think it's cool to explore the world, but I think you should be responsible with your money. What you do in your 20s affects you when you're in your 30s, which affects you in your 40s, and so on. So if you save now, you're gonna build a really good habit, and later down the road, you'll have more freedom to go take trips or maybe splurge on some things that you really enjoy in life. So I think it's really important now that you be disciplined, right? Take that college discipline that you have where you weren't spending too much money because you may have not had much money anyways, or you had to pay your college bills. Live like you're in college, even if you're having a full-time salary or you're not paying a school bill anymore. Save that money. It'll all pay off in the long run. Your first job may not line up with what you majored in, and that's totally okay, right? We're gonna be working till we're like 65. So you have like 40 plus years to reunite with your major, your job with your major. And also sometimes we major in things that we really don't like and we don't realize that until later on. And you end up doing a job that you really love but has nothing to do with your major. And that's okay too. A lot of people don't even have jobs that have anything to do with their major, right? College is just a time for you to learn how to learn, right? Get some sort of skill set that can give you a job. I also think it's important to take risks. You want to start some sneaker app or some social media messaging app or something like that, or you want to have a coffee shop or something really cool, something really innovative. You fail, it's okay. You're 23. It's Jocelyn J. Yeah, G-Y-A-S-I and then L-I-N-J-E.
Hey, I'll look you up.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. If you are moving back home, don't be complacent. You know, I know it can get really easy because you're moving back home. When you're at home, I still think you should treat it like your apartment or like your dorm in college, where, you know, you pay your own rent or whatever your parents want you to pay. You know, you're saving loans, focus on that. But I think you should help out with laundry, wash your own dishes, cook your own food, because then when are you gonna ever have time to grow, right? You don't wanna go backwards, you always wanna move forward in life. And the last thing to remember, start it from the bottom. Drake was so right, and that's okay. You have to have a starting point at some point in time. A lot of people may wanna restart and be like, oh my goodness, I wish I could start from the bottom again. I would've changed things. I would have gone about things differently. You have to have a starting point, all right? Your first job isn't going to be your last job. And I think that's an important thing to remember. Remember, failure is okay. Remember to take risks, all that good stuff. Just be grateful for the life that you have. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here because I got about a 40-minute commute. If you are still here, give this video a thumbs up. Comment below some of your thoughts or some videos you'd like to see. On that note, smash that subscribe button and become a part of the family if you haven't already. Stay connected with me. Reach out to me on IG, Twitter if you have any questions. I'll see you all soon. Peace.